Alright guys, I thought I'd just come to you for a little while because I think I owe you an explanation. It's been a long time since I put a video out. Now it's my defense. If you've watched some of my Facebook posts, I've been working on something I call a screening room. It's in the back and I'll show you that someday. But see, I'm going to make this freaking quick. First of all, I apologize for not having a lot of content out. I think it's probably been 3 weeks, maybe a little longer than that. We'll get at it. I have a show on Saturday here in Skinny Alice. So I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee, unless something crazy happens, I probably won't be doing a video the rest of this week. You guys don't friggin' smoke. It's the stupidest thing you could ever start doing. I'd almost quit last year before the crap hit the fan. I was vaping. Go ahead, pick on the vapors, I don't care. Because it worked. And I was down to, like a pack every 3 days rather than a pack a day. But the world done changed and I haven't caught up. But part of the reason that you haven't seen a lot of content is I'm a dead. That's a sign of what's going on in my head. So, been some dark times for me lately. Cumulative. I mean, I don't think anything in particular. Freaking water doesn't get, it gets to me, especially coming in, sitting in it, or coming into a cold shop. It's my morning routine right now. I don't know if you can hear it. I got the little propane heater sitting next to me. It's not cold enough to start the fire up yet. Once I get moving, if I get moving, we'll get enough heat generated in here. Sit down, I have my yogurt and my cup of coffee, and I smoke a freaking half a pack of cigarettes to see if I'm going to get out of this chair. So, not to boo-hoo, it's not a boo-hoo kind of thing. It's an apology more than anything, because I'm sorry I haven't been putting out content. Shit's been dark. Very, very dark. And it's okay. It's okay to accept that happens. I've had, it's been a long year anyway. The only reason I'm putting this out is for those of you guys that actually followed this story. And I think it's important to understand that, well, I don't give a shit what you're doing in life. I'm going to swear in this one, so get ready. There's ups and downs. There really is. And sometimes the downs are down. Sometimes the downs aren't justified. Sometimes you're just being a pea. And I'm not sure if that's what's going on with me, if I'm just being a wimp. I've always considered myself a pretty strong man mentally. But unfortunately, at the same time, I'm a sensitive guy, an emotional guy, a romantic guy. I think I've been missing out on the love world is what's going on right now. But I'm also a picky guy when it comes to that. Oh, shit. I don't know if it was on Facebook or someplace. I posted something. I think I'm going to start carving unlaid across the top of my tombstone. For you young guys, I apologize for the inappropriateness of this conversation, but you know what? I haven't played a video game in a long time. I'm sure that I'm not going to say anything you haven't heard screamed 1,000 times in a video game. For the parents of those children, I apologize sincerely. But I guess sometimes it's important to see that it ain't all successes and happiness and stuff like that. But I show up every day. I think I guess that's the most important message right now, is you show up every day and you try. And if you succeed and you do something, then take that success. I won't go into any other deeper darkness, because sometimes for some of us older people and people that have seen things that would make me look like a giant pea, it goes much darker. But anyway, because of the show coming up, I don't think I'm going to be doing a video this week. The screening room is not done. but it's done enough for me to let that go for a while, so I can get focused on getting the shop cleaned up. Part of the reason I did the screening room is I had filled the shop up with items that are now in the screening room, and it's in the way. A messy house is what is it? A messy house is a messy mind. Right? You clutter your world around you. It doesn't help you unclutter up here, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start uncluttering. I'm getting some things done for the show. I'm behind. I'm not the comments. I haven't read, and this is unusual for Chandler. A little scary for me actually. But I actually haven't read YouTube comments in like 3 days. Usually I read them every day. I don't reply as much as I used to because I just can't. But I can't guarantee things are going to turn around right away. But I do owe you an obligation to make content, so we will be doing that. I tried yesterday. I got a great opportunity to get some kitchen knives out for the season, for the holiday. It sucks that I've got put back in this place before the holidays again, because there's a lot of money to be made during the holidays. And this was a risky venture because I started off with some very thin 01, and I tried drawing it out into a kitchen knife. And I'll be damned, I don't know why. Chances are I was hammering a little too cold, and this crack just started forming here. And well, camera. I don't know if you can see the crack or not. My glasses aren't on. But once that crack formed, I went to freaking hell on that piece with the hammer. I wouldn't even repeat the words. It was like, damn, I'm trying, man. I got out of the fucking chair, and I'm trying. And life fucks me once again. I shouldn't say that so much. And I show you my failures. I normally do. I was doing a video on it, but it's not worth it. This one you won't see. Now you've seen it now. Nothing to be learned from that particular failure, because I don't know exactly what happened. I got interrupted halfway through the process, and that might have affected me. Who knows? But then I got put off to the side, and I made a couple of reclaimed items for the show. I really don't want to make this into a long video, and I don't want to tell you what's going on because it's scary, but I mean, in my mind, it's scary. But I haven't forgotten you guys, that's for sure. And like I said, I sit here and I drink my cocoa, crap cocoa, decaf, can't take mornings are a friggin' nightmare for me, man. I don't know what. By the time it's funny. I'll explain for those of you that are just listening. I mean, I'm in a dark place that I never leave. I sometimes deal with it, and I sometimes don't deal with it. Every night I will go to bed, and I don't want to wake up. I don't want to die. But I want to wake up because I know I got to friggin' fight for every breath and every step the next day. So that's just crazy, It's a horrible thing when you just don't want to go to sleep because you know it's going to start all over again tomorrow. And then sleep is just, I don't even know what sleep is anymore. Sometimes I'm okay and I wake up and it's like, okay, I did what? It's like, fuck you, world, you let me wake up again, god damn it. And then I start thinking. And then sometimes it's just an endless, never wake every 2 minutes, wake up after an hour and be up for 3 hours and try to go to sleep again. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy stuff that can happen to your mind. But you can't give up. Yeah, you can, actually, if you wanted to. But then you'll never know. You'll never know which morning it will be the last morning you have to deal with that. And something good could happen today. You never know. So anyway, as I was saying, it's going to be a long video. And this is twice I've done this to you. You guys are all but thinking, trying to be a crazy motherfucker. Let's try to stop the F word anyway. See if we can do that. Just don't get me mad. So my nights, yeah, it's the same thing every single night. Gosh. It's just, yeah, I don't want to go to bed. And then I wake up and I accept it. It's done. I'm up. I gotta move. Take care of the animals. Get in the truck. And it's funny because sometimes before I go to bed, I'm thinking about, all right, what can happen tomorrow? And it's like, all right, yeah, I can do this. I can make this. I can start this. I can change this routine. It's almost like, all right, I got this little motivational thing going on. It might be I might have a little help in getting the mind relaxed at that time, but and a lot of times in the morning when I wake up, I'm motivated. It's like, I'm not going to let it get to me today. I'm not going to sit in that chair for hours. I'm gonna make something happen. And I drive to where I get my coffee, half hot cocoa, half decaf, because I can't take any extra anxiety in the morning. And by the time I get to that place where I get my coffee, it depends on the day. My hands will start shaking. Anxiety will start setting in. Freaky thing. I love it because I love learning things, So I'm sitting here studying myself at the same time, trying to live through it. But it's very amazing. You see, and do that, study yourself so that you're trying at least, right? Yeah, this is what I'm doing. By the time I drive from where I get my coffee and yogurt, I don't know why I just started doing that. I don't know, something light for your belly, I guess. Good for the digestive system, they say. By the time I drive there to the shop, which is probably less than 10 minutes, man, the whole world changes. I'm sitting here very often, I'm like this. Everything's all kind of crazy. I have a little help from the doctor that I usually visit in the morning. Legitimate. Nothing, I don't do anything illegal. I don't do any illegal drugs. Although everybody tells me I should try some, but I'm not going to ever do that. I'm 49 years old. I've never smoked pot. I've never taken any illegal drug whatsoever. Hell, I didn't start drinking until I was 43, for Christ's sake. But anyway, so it's a depressant, which doesn't make sense, but that's what I take. And it brings me down. Weakens my mind, but brings me down. And then I'll sit here and have my coffee, and I'll usually go through Facebook and read the YouTube comments and check to see what auctions are coming up. And then usually the yogurt's gone by then. And I'll smoke a few cigarettes and drink some coffee, and that's when it happens. Either my ass starts getting sore. Sometimes that's the only thing that gets me out of this chair. And it's like, all right, you stupid son of a bitch, let's get up and get something done. And sometimes I find myself just staring at one single thing for 10 minutes to an hour. You never know. It's a very interesting thing. But I show up every goddamn day, and people observing me with the landlords, they may look at me and wonder what the F is going on. but I show up every goddamn day, 7 days a week. And I don't think I've sat in this chair all day since last year. So something gets done. Not much, but something does. And that's it. That's how it goes. You know, it's my morning. So this morning, oh no, let me give you a little more. So, more cases than not, I'm not sitting here for an hour. I'm sitting here till, a couple of cigarettes. Guys, don't smoke. Don't even freaking start. There's nothing good about it. The only reason I do it is because it's what I do. Stupid. No, nothing. I mean, it doesn't help me, right? It's not a, what is it? It's a stimulant, right? I don't need any of that. Even though when you're excited or, like something crazy going on, you have a cigarette to relax. It's a freaking mind. The mind is an amazing freaking thing. I swear to God, that is an amazing thing. Finish your story, Chandler. So I'll get up, usually. Sometimes it's like, I can't deal with making something and there's an auction nearby. I'll go buy some stuff that I don't need to buy. Buy some cool things. Let me show you something cool. This is my project yesterday. One of them. I actually got 1.5 things done yesterday. But many of you guys know what this son of a bitch is. Alright? I shouldn't show you this because I'm going to make more of these. I really like how it turned out. I should keep this one a secret of mine. This thing was caked with grease and grime. You see them. They're rusty. They're old. I mean, it's not even rust. It's just the grease and grime on there. And the last two projects were kind of similar to this, where the piece was just totally used and encased. How do you clean that son of a gun off? Even with my sandblasting arrangement, the grease and grime is so soft. It's crazy. So I took it apart and threw it in the forge, got all that stuff cooked off, and then I sandblasted it. And silly old Chandler, right? It's a pipe clamp, right? For those of you that don't know, these two jaws here hold on to the pipe. Now, quite honestly, in my ignorance, I don't know why you do that. I mean, do you clamp this and then run a threader on the end, or does the threader clamp it, or is it just to be clamped to so you can cut pipe? I don't know why. It's very interesting, very, very cool. I don't know how old it is, but it's probably pretty old piece. The thing will tip open like that, and then this dog locks down in. But anyway, it's been laying around the shop. One of my auction finds. Nobody wants the friggin' thing, or they find it in a box or something. And I think I don't even know what the frig I paid for it. So I cleaned her up. She didn't move very well, all that kind of stuff, got her moving. And then if you see right here, there's two V-jaws, sets of V-jaws, and that holds the pipe. Well, I just went ahead and welded on the plate there. And now you got yourself one crazy ass nutcracker. Alright, go find that son of a bitch at Walmart. Alright, but the colors, everything turned out really cool. The thing works. I mean, I cleaned it up really well. It works smoothly. It's Christmas time. For that one person that has everything and you don't know what the hell to buy them, I don't know how. Auctions. So I go to the auctions and I buy a lot of things for the screening room. But I buy other things too, like that, because, it's inspiration kind of thing, rather than these all the time. I don't know what my point was. So, you enjoying this conversation with Chandler? I was thinking of doing this live stream, but then you guys would start talking to me and asking me questions and telling me how concerned you are. And quite honestly, I could start crying. I had a conversation 2 days, right? Yesterday and the day before. Simple conversation. Just a bit of a conflict. I start bawling like a freaking baby. Weird. Don't know why. Anyway, so I'll get up out of this chair. almost all days. And I'll try to do something. And it's funny because I'll be like, all right, I'm moving, doing something, and then just something minor happens. The wind blows. Something like this happens, cracks. I mean, that's understandable. I drop something on the floor. I mean, not even the piece I'm working on. I trip over an air hose or some minor little trigger, and poof! Everything all that motivation that I spent a lot of time building up disappears, and I sit down again. But I've been doing well. I've got myself a little formula. Usually, I told you I take something the doctor gave me to get past the anxiety in the morning. Usually that is good for me till 11 or so. Then I have a little formula in the afternoon. Again, nothing illegal, nothing wrong. If it makes me work, let's listen to this. God. What the hell, man? Never quenched this knife. I don't know why. Anyway, and very often that works, and I get through my day. Look at that. Holy Christ. This knife has never been quenched. There's a grain pattern in that. Air hardening. I mean, that's what it seems like to me anyway. That's 01. Very interesting. This knife's never been quenched. Which what you get. Anyway, boy, I'll tell you. I don't know if this meant to be, hey, sorry guys, and yeah, I'm here, and I got something going on this week, but next week I'll be making some videos and we're all done, and take care. But I hear you talking to Chandler. And Chandler should do a lot of talking. That's another goddamn thing. I'm going to the doctor's today. She's going to laugh at me so bad because it's been like, I don't know, every year for the last 3 or 4 years is this time of year. So I probably suffer from some seasonal depression on top of everything else going on. But the hell was my point? God dang it, Chandler. Shoot, rewind, tell me what the hell I was saying. I said something and I said I'm going to the doctor. That's funny. I don't know. I don't remember where I was going. Never been a weak man. I've been sad my whole life. Ever since being a kid. Ah, that's what it was. Yeah, I forgot what it's something I said, but one thing. Yeah, okay. Let's go in this direction. Blacksmithing. We've had the conversation. For a lot of us, saves our lives, gives us something to do, makes us a man, makes us a woman. Lets you make things, dealing with fire. I mean, all sorts of things. I won't go any farther than that. Once you choose to do it professionally, it's not an easy thing to do and survive. I certainly am not. But I also didn't know shit to begin with. I suck at running the business side of the business. That's why I had a partner. I thought I did. And this is just me talking. I'm an engineer. Been an engineer all my educated life. Industrial engineer, electromechanical engineer, software engineer. I always was around people, and I think that's one of the biggest things. because I'm not in a situation to go. I mean, I don't do that. I don't go out. I don't party. I don't hang with people. I can say, hey, I want to hang with Chandler. For those of you guys that have seen me at shows, I like to talk, and I don't mind a conversation on a particular topic, but you get me in a room full of people and they're talking about football or this or that. I don't fit. I just never have. I'm not an idle conversation. You want to try to solve the freaking meaning of life or the origin of the universe or something like that, then I'm engaged. If you're somebody that I want to meet, I'm talking females. Sorry, dudes. Even though the ring's in the wrong side. Even if I have not a future interest, just that one-on-one conversation. I love to figure people out, because the more people you figure out, the more you can kind of judge yourself. Geez, that person has this and this and this and that. I really admire that. You know what? You can start being more like that. You can grow. All right. The minute you think, and people tell me, people tell me, you have to be comfortable with you, Chandler. Well, you know what? I'm not happy with Chandler right now. So why the hell would I want to be comfortable with him? I'm comfortable with who I am here, who I am actually here, and who I am here when I'm lucid. But I'm not happy. I'm not where I am in life. I spent my entire retirement getting this business going. I got no future whatsoever. I have no partner. I have my kids, thank goodness. But don't tell me to be fucking happy with who I am, because I'm not. And if I were to pretend to be like so many people that I know, then I would just be, different. But point of the matter is, there are times I show up at this shop, which I show up at this shop every freaking day. I think I've missed 1 day, 2 days. I had a funeral in August, and I also took my son up to Ranger School in the Adirondacks 1 day in August. I took a day off in March, I think it was. And I may show up at shows, alright, but, or I might go to an auction. It's all work, I show up every single day, all year long. Anyway, the point of the matter is, what the hell do you have to do for an hour, huh? Sit and get Chandler's morning going? Sad thing is, as much as son of a gun, let's have a cigarette. As much as I'm enjoying talking to you guys, I'm probably still going to be sitting here for another 15, 20 minutes, because I haven't been alone enough in my mind today to figure out what I'm going to do. There's so many things I want to do. Don't freaking smoke, guys. Don't ever freaking pick it up. Don't even try it. It does nothing good for you. Point is, I show up every day, and there are times where I go to 3 a week, 10 days. And the only human being that I talk to face to face is the clerk where I buy my coffee. How are you today? Good, how are you? That'll be coffee and yoga, right? That's $2.75. Thank you. Have a good day. And that for days and days and days. Sometimes even definitely days and days and days. Sometimes up to a week. Is the only human interaction I have. And I think, and that's where the doctor came in when I see the doctor's accident. I think that has a lot to do with it. There are chemicals that work in your system, serotonin especially, I think in my case, that make you happy, make you feel good, make you feel bad. And I believe, being an animal, and the fact that I know I'm not egotistical, Don't I look pretty today? Serotonin, whoop. You know what I mean? I'm a sexy man. Whoop. I think not having that social exchange, you know, I'm on a high. Not, I wouldn't call it a high. Not that I've ever been high. I've been drunk. I haven't been high. But at a show, you know, when I'm having an engaging conversation, especially with, you know, somebody that just doesn't know anything about this stuff, and it's like, wow, this is very interesting. Especially those you guys that are like, what the hell did Greg say? I think your name's Greg. If it's not Greg, it's Brian. I think it's Greg. Yeah, it's Greg. You know, I told you this story, I think. You know, I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend. Beautiful woman either way. Steps up, you know, and he's like, I don't even remember for sure what the dude looked like in detail, but I think he was tattooed up, you know, nice, big. He's like, I'm starstruck. Like, how can a big old man like you be starstruck by an old freaking idiot like me? Those kind of social interactions, man, they must have a tremendous effect on these chemicals. I wish I remembered the three of them. I don't think it's adrenaline. Serotonin for sure. Dopamine maybe? I don't know. So, further, I guess maybe this, well, anyway. I think that has a lot to do with why I'm sinking rather than floating. And without that, when you put all your eggs in one basket socially, that one person, that partner, that life partner, that you know, because I don't have friends, I don't hang out with people. I mean, I have people that I love, like Robin and Karen, and a few people that just, you know, they're there, but they're not there. That we don't hang out. You know, we don't spend a lot of time. We don't spend time together. But they're there. I don't think that their thumb activity on the telephone helps to induce these chemical reactions quite as much. They can, but not quite as much. Never had friends. Jimmy Frederickson from high school, definitely a great friend. And Neil Franklin was a dude I worked for. Totally odd. I was 16. He was like 40. I don't know. We'd sit and talk. Good friend. That was back when I was 16. I haven't had a single person like that in my life. Friend. Other than relationships. In a long time. So anyway, when you put all your eggs in one basket, that one friend and that one, like I did with the woman that I was with until last year. Man, when that's gone, you be a lonely mother for sure. Shit, I broke my cigarette. Anybody believe in fate? Don't smoke, Chandler. God dang it. Fuck it. Anyway, my point, I wonder how many guys actually watch this whole video to see. I'm not crazy, guys. I'm not crazy. I'm just in a dark place. I'm still me. I am probably one of the nicest, caring, hard ass, tell you to your face, dude, you're acting like an asshole. Let me help you. Take the shirt off my back to take and give it to somebody that just slapped me upside the head if I think they need it. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm sick. That's all. And that's my point. Oh, first thing, I got a second point. It's almost as fun as watching me make shit. Maybe it is fun for me anyway. You young guys, especially, for people like me, I don't think I can do it. You know, Robin is always, you know, get out, come to this. Her boyfriend is a musician, so she's out at gigs and stuff all the time. But it's just that I can't find myself engaged in just, first of all, drunken conversation. I don't like drunk people. They just annoy me. And if I drink, and I don't get drunk. I drink just to take the edge down. I don't drink in public typically. Like if I go to a restaurant, which I can't remember the last time I went to a restaurant. Well, I mean, my daughter and I go all the time to Hilltop, but like to go out with somebody to a restaurant where there's drinks, I don't drink. I don't drink in public. So Robin's always, get out, and I've gone out a couple of times, and it's just when it's one-on-one or a couple people on one, and eye-to-eye, simple conversation just like that, that's awesome. When it's, hey, yo, God damn it, I can't do it, guys. It just isn't me. It truly isn't me, and it never will be. And that's one of the reasons, going up through high school, I never went to parties and stuff like that. It never was me, and never will be me, and that's okay. I like that because, how do I say this without criticizing people? There's sensitive Chandler again. Not that I care if people, I don't care if people like me, because I like me, and if you don't like me, then it's an indication of your judgment. I lost my train of thought on that one. It was all about crazy wild. Oh, these people, I watch. I'm an observer, so I'll sit in the corner and I'll watch. And I can see, and that's one of the bitches I got, because I can walk up to a person, let's say, because I'm a single guy looking for a companion. I'm not in a mental state to offer anybody a relationship. And I spent 10 years working on what I thought was the final one. And I don't know if I have the energy to put back into that again. To spend 10 years, okay, do we like each other? Yeah, play the game, phone toe, the text back, call this, and finally you get together. You realize see, for me, I can tell, because, like I said, I know people, there's chemistry, right? I can tell when the chemistry's there. It's just something and anybody who's an observer type person probably is in the same boat. But to go from, hey, there's chemistry here, to, okay, now we're talking, to now we're hanging out. When you're 20 years old and you meet somebody and it mostly works, you got the rest of your lives to work out all the details, you know what I mean? And, it's like, I don't know. So the person who starts gaining a little weight, you may not like the way that they look, wish they didn't gain the weight. But you have so much history with them built up that it doesn't change the way you feel about them. Things like that. So, poor bastard in my situation, 49 years old, I like what I like. Right? So there's a particular body style I like, mentality I like. I'm picky. And I don't have time. I don't have 20 years, 10 years to, grow to that state. It's got to be right, or it ain't gonna be. Where the hell did you get me talking about my social relationship kind of thing? Oh man, we are all over the place. Somebody take some freaking cliff notes and send me send me an email about what this conversation was about. People go there, I observe them, and they're, it's their escape mechanism, which I'm not slamming anybody for it. It's just, I'm not gonna have a intelligent conversation with you when you are just not you, right? That's why you're at the thing, having a good time, being silly, being loud when you're not always looking. You know what I mean? That's not you. So why would I waste my time intelligently exchanging with you? Not criticizing you. I'm just saying that's how I think. So I don't go out. I don't see people. So back to the whole point. So Chandler goes from an engineer working in an office of, well, it's hundreds at some point in time, to now, with the exception of, hi, how are you? Thank you very much, to a clerk at a coffee convenience store, whatever it is. I don't do them fancy coffees. That's another reason Chandler's going to stay on late. I think you got to do fancy coffees in order to get somewhere in this world with women anymore. You got to have the coffee latte over easy. Now, I do like a chocolate mocha latte. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't appreciate the flavors. I need my freaking coffee and go. But with the exception of, hi, how are you? Good. Thank you. Have a nice day. I don't have that. I don't have any other interpersonal, face-to-face, to induce the chemicals that give you a sense of being a human being in a social society. And I think that's Chandler's biggest. I think that's why I can say I'm sick. And I've been like this a long time because I don't have a lot of people that I engage in, especially true engagement. Somebody walks up to you and you're talking to them and you know that it's not going to invoke any chemical reaction. Real social interaction. So I'm going to go to the doctors and I'm going to ask her to give me a substitute for social interaction. Serotonin inhibitor. I think it's a serotonin that I'd be looking for. I'll be a young, what was I going to say? Shit, what was going to be funny if I didn't fuck it up? I'll be a jonesing for some serotonin. Something like that. Life's a funny thing. It really is. Hey, we're still talking. Let me tell you a little secret. A couple of things about, and these are just my opinions, but again, I'm an observer, so I would be shocked if it didn't cross a few different platforms of different types of people for different situations. When you know somebody's in a bad spot, don't ask them, how's your day? Because then they got to tell you, my day is a blanking effing piece of blanking effing depressed. I can't freaking stand it. Would like nothing more than to be gone right now. That's how my day was. Thanks for asking. You're just being nice. And maybe, you're really trying to care. But hope you have a good day. Are you freaking kidding me? It would take a goddamn miracle for me to have a good day. Now, I can have an okay day. I can get stuff done. But, dude, if you were even watching where I am, if you're close enough to be concerned about how my day is going, or how it's going to turn out, if you love me, whatever that level of love is, then you should know better. Right? Hope you have a good day. Hey, how you feeling? You dumbass. I want to blow my fucking brains out right about now. Good question. Thanks for bringing that up. On Facebook, all of a sudden everywhere I turned, bam, 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 bam. And it wasn't just my friends, it was public posts and things like that. Share to show somebody you care. Suicide hotline, 1-800, blah, 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 blah. They're doing it because, most of them, are doing it because, number one, they're probably concerned. It's the right thing in their mind to do. And they don't want anybody to quit. But the problem is when you're in this chair and you see that, especially I was seeing it because, it's kind of a... Chandler, I put a piece of paper in your pocket. It's nice seeing you. Let me give you a hug. I gotta go. This piece of paper in your pocket. It's got a phone number on it. If for some reason you can't reach me, there's that number. And that's one thing. And not everybody, I'm not explaining to everybody right now, but for a lot of them it's like, oh, I'm a good person, look what I did, I shared a number, yay, I saved somebody's life. He didn't save shit. Most likely he didn't save shit. Alright? Because if I was your friend and you were posting that for me, where the fuck are you? Giving me that number is not saving me. Sitting here saying, you know what, Chandler, you're a fucking loser. Dumbass motherfucker, your ass is numb right now. I'd tell you to get up, but I know you won't. So I'm just going to sit here for a little while. Just to make sure you know that that's how much I care. It's better than any fucking phone number, I'll guarantee you that. For sure. People can't do that though. I mean, you can't expect them. People have lives. They got work. They got this. They got families. And if you don't have that person that would, will, can, that's your problem. That's what you did. You chose at 12 years old, Chandler, to not have close people in your life, to not have friends, to really understand what a pure person is and not be able to find them to the point where you bring them in. Or you grew up smelly, not a bad, with no shower, picked on your entire life for being the scumbag, kind of like I was. And nobody wanted to be your friend in the first place. Because they couldn't stand how bad you smelled. I don't know. Because you wore the same clothes for a few days. Because you didn't have a shower in your house. Or a bath. We all got here somehow. But, back to the point. I think it's important for those of you guys that are posting that. I don't know if it's doing what you think it's doing. To me, I see it. And let's say I'm at a point in the day where it's like, alright, life sucks. It's okay. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe 100 tomorrows. I'll show up tomorrow. Don't want to. God, I like to close my eyes and not. But I'll show up tomorrow. Sitting here alone. Wasn't supposed to be, didn't plan to be. Had everything worked out. Sitting here alone. I'm going to be alone all fucking night long. Alright. You're doing everything you can to just accept. It's okay to be where you are. And then all of a sudden you pull up freaking Facebook and hear somebody saying, hey, you know what? Suicide, that's an option. Oh yeah, people do it. It's an option for you. I don't know, I'm not talking to you. But just in case, here's an idea that you might consider. Try. And if you do, hey, call these guys. Don't bother calling me, you mother. I know it's a negative perspective, but guys, oh my goodness, really? I mean, I can't imagine that I'm extremely different than people who should. I mean, I, my issues shouldn't exist. I just have something going on. There are some seriously sad people for real reasons. And, yeah. Hey, thinking of suicide? Don't bother calling me, call these guys. Suicide hotline, can you please hold? Somebody made that joke. It was Sam's Disorder, I think. I got mad at him. Not mad. He's like, dude, that ain't funny. Somebody else, because I try not to get all crazy on Facebook anymore because sometimes I go too far. So I have something to say, and I think it's an important something to say, but then everybody else that doesn't, that I'm not saying it to, they kind of jump all over it and kind of change what I thought the purpose was. Sometimes it's good just to pretend that there's somebody listening. But somebody yelled at me. Gosh, I forgot the guy's name. I said, stop this shit. Get your ass back to work doing what you were born to do. But, you know, get bam, upside the head. You know, it's a good thing to do when you're standing next to them and you're going to sit there and stand next to them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to slap somebody upside the head. Say, I'm here. Let's work it out now. But stop this. Enough is enough. And again, it was one of you guys. And thank you. I mean, I've said this before, but 90% of any of the support, positive feedback that I get from social media, online, Facebook kind of stuff, are from you guys, strangers. I just don't fit, you know. I don't fit in the world that I'm in, I guess. But, so, I mean, that's what he was doing. I mean, I love you for it, dude, whoever it is, but from my perspective, you know, stop it, blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah, I know, I might slap somebody up too, but I'd be standing next to him when I did. And then, enough is enough. And to me, in the mental state that I was at that time. And this is the tricky part of it. If you're not there with them, come on, Oops, coming to an end. Oh, she corrected herself. If you're not slapping somebody upside the head, physically. Not physically, or maybe physically, but in their physical presence, to be able to judge their reaction, because a slap upside the head might push them over the edge. But anyway, enough is enough. Stop this. It's enough. Oops, I said it. Again, this is all out of love, so I didn't, certainly did not misinterpret what was going on. But instantly it was like, you know, maybe it isn't. Maybe right now. Not to let it leave my mind, because I can pretend to, everything's happy, happy, happy. All right? People tell me that all the time. Man, just be happy. You know? Man, I wish I were like that. Where I could just, I'm not going to be sad today. I'm going to be happy. Look at the beautiful rainbow. Where the fuck's my wine? Can't do it. I won't do it. I won't lie to myself. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to anybody. Hey, my ex-girlfriend. Does this make me look fat? Yeah, actually it does. She appreciated that, actually. She grew to understand that, you know, if you ask Chandler a question, he's going to tell you the answer. Standing next to you. It's different. But anyway, enough was enough, and quite honestly, that took me to, and I've been there many, many times in the last couple months. I don't think I'd ever do it. Yeah, I would do it, actually. Never mind. It's like, yeah, screw it. Enough is enough. Maybe right now is a good time to do it. Problem is, if I did it, I wouldn't do it like this. Number one, it's one more statistics that gets rolled into gun violence. So fuck you, I ain't gonna do that to you. Number two, it's messy. Anyway, it's never gonna happen because I have children. And it should never happen to you because you have children or had children. I'll tell you what it is, because my guys, my kids, I mean, I don't know how it happened, but they turned out pretty goddamn good. They really, really did. They are, even though my youngest is only 17, they are ready. They've learned their mom and I are kind of complete opposites, so they, in most cases, we don't complement each other very well. But they were able to turn it into a constructive thing. Mom's an ass, Dad would do it this way, let's do that. Dad's an ass, Mom would do it this way, let's do this. Okay, so that. And then I'm this type of person, and she's that type of person. And they get to pick and choose. Or they can be both. Like their mom goes nuts crazy over Christmas. The holidays. Everybody's saying Christmas this year. World's a changing place. You know, and I don't. I never did. I never really celebrated holidays that much in my adult life. So, my kids, I'm not worried about them so much. What gets me is someday I'm going to have grandkids. So, you got kids, you don't have kids, you got this, you got that, you got a dog. It ain't the right way out. No, it isn't. So don't do it. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop talking about it, because if it's putting ideas in your head and I'm not sitting next to you, then I'm a fucking loser. I apologize. So hopefully the doctor that I go see today, she'll laugh at me. You dumbass, you're back here again. Because I've been on him before, and a month, 2 months, things change. You know, social interaction changes, whatever. You start feeling good, and you're like, all right, I'm okay now. Yeah. So to compensate for my inability to find social interaction in a personal, tangible way, we are going to find ourselves, I'll be jonesing for some serotonin. That's it. All right. This is going to be a 5-minute conversation, I swear to God. And if you're just jumping ahead, let me summarize. Number one, I'm sorry that I haven't been producing content. I found myself in a dark place. I got stuff going on for the next few days. Weather, nasty, as well, cold, and like I said. I don't expect that I want to stay in this particular unproductive mode much longer. So we'll start doing some projects. I tried. Didn't work. And I'll try today. Maybe. I'll try tomorrow. So, I apologize for the lack of content. Some of you guys are out there saying, where the hell's channel? If for some reason I fail, you all have yourselves. But whatever it is you have. But I'll be back, out next week. I got something I'm thinking about doing with a railroad spike today, if I can drive myself to do it. And we'll see what happens. But don't give up. Do me a favor, go back and watch some of the old videos. Helps me. thanks for sharing my morning with me anyway. There ain't another mother effer around that has. That's for sure. Text messages in this what hour? None. Dumbass. Guys, truly sorry. Stick with it. Alright. Hang around. For those of you guys that can understand kind of what's going on in my mind, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. That's all I can tell you, because I'm not standing next to you. I might put your head through the wall. I might start crying from your story. I might say I don't understand a lot of things, but I'm not in there. So to offer any other advice, I think is not right. You show up tomorrow. You get anything done, you get anything done. If you don't, you don't. But you fucking showed up. And that, my friends, I think if you would do that every day, even if showing up is opening your eyes, is a success, and I'm proud of. I can't be proud of you. I don't fucking know you. You should be proud of you. I don't give a fuck what anybody says around you. People look at me now and, you know, you become, I was going to use the word deplorable, but now that's a freaking goddamn political term. People around you that they just look at you weird. If you're sick, you're sick. I'll tell you what, if you're sick, there are ways that doctors can help you. I disagree with them. I fight them. But I need to work. And that's why I'm going to the doctors today. To work. Shut the fuck up, Jim. If you're in a situation similar to mine, I don't care if you're 5 years old, if you're 58 years old, or if you're 120, congrats. Show up. If you're with somebody and they don't understand, it's hard to not understand. So do your best to not blame them for not understanding. Matter of fact, steal a little serotonin from the fact that you're happy for them, that they don't understand. Nobody should. I will see every one of you guys tomorrow, if you fight like I do. Sorry for the lack of content. I will catch you all later. Thanks for sharing the morning with me. And like I said, I guarantee you may not see, but I will be here tomorrow. Ciao. If you found this video helpful, educational, maybe even if you just found it entertaining, and you want to support me, you can jump back to my channel. There's a button on the right hand side of the screen called support, and it's kind of like a tip jar. You can go ahead and leave channel a tip for this video, and that'll help me make some more, I guarantee. Thanks for your support as always.